Kiribati is a country that spans all hemispheres, yet the number of people worldwide who know about this land is incredibly small. This country is very close to the United States, and interestingly, its residents can travel to Paris, London, and Poland without the need for visas, making the journey incredibly quick. It's a happy nation with international tourists, but not so happy for its beautiful girls. The girls here dress in skirts made of leaves, believe in loving just one person for life, and are not interested in wealthy men, yet they are not happy in their relationships. Would you like to learn about these girls in the love market, or even more interestingly, marry one of them with just a few fish and no additional costs? This is a place that is ahead of its time but may disappear into the ocean before anywhere else. Let's explore and experience life in this unique land of four hemispheres. Join us in discovering life in this special place in today's travel documentary. Located in the heart of the Pacific, the Republic of Kiribati is part of the Micronesia region, a collection of islands rich in culture and natural beauty. It comprises 33 coral islands divided into three groups: the Gilbert Islands, the Line Islands, and the Phoenix Islands. Kiribati has a total land area of 313 square miles, equivalent to New York City. However, these islands are scattered across a vast ocean, stretching 2,840 miles from Baba in the west to Caroline in the east. That distance is nearly the same as traveling from Los Angeles to New York City. Shaped like a string of pearls scattered across the ocean, Kiribati is the only country that borders all four hemispheres, north, south, east, and west. Indeed, Kiribati is a country of all hemispheres. The name Kiribati, pronounced Kiribati, is the local term for the Gilberts, named after the Gilbert Islands, which were charted by British Captain Thomas Gilbert in 1788. Today, nearly 140,000 residents, roughly the population of Boulder, Colorado, live on these remote islands. Kiribati's closest neighbor, Nauru, is just 445 miles to the southwest. To the north, its nearest neighbor is Hawaii, about 2,450 miles away. Interestingly, despite the 4-hour flight distance, these two islands are among the first and almost the last places in the world to welcome a new day. If it's noon in Kiribati, the residents are enjoying lunch, while in Hawaii, it's still midnight and everyone is wrapping up their day. Moreover, these are also the two places that celebrate New Year's first and last on Earth. Have you ever heard of a country with an average elevation of just 6.6 feet above sea level? That's about the height of a large refrigerator in your home. However, this has led to many islands and lagoons being submerged under rising waters. In fact, two islands, Tamana and Abayang, have completely disappeared beneath the ocean, and scientists predict that in 50 years this island nation may be submerged forever. So, before it vanishes, you should visit here once before it's too late. It seems that this country is taking proactive steps, such as purchasing land in Fiji, about a 3-hour flight away, 2,400 hectares on the island of Vanuatu, which is twice the size of Central Park in New York, for $9.6 million. This ensures that when the sea level rises, the residents can migrate to another place. Currently, some Kiribati residents still live and cultivate crops like kava on this land. But what made Kiribati choose Fiji instead of a closer location, like Nauru? With an area twice the size of Central Park, it still isn't enough for all the residents to live. So what is it about this land that made Kiribati spend $9.6 million to buy it? If you want to know, comment with the number 3, and we will explain it in the comments. The capital is South Tarawa, located in the Gilbert Islands, which is home to the majority of Kiribati's population. Despite its small area, it is densely populated, and you will always see crowds of people day or night. However, despite the crowds, you will find very few tourists. So if you want to immerse yourself in the local life and have more opportunities to interact with the residents, this is the place for you. But if you want to meet international tourists, this may not be the right spot. In fact, only about 3,000 to 4,000 tourists visit here each year. Kiribati is the third least visited country in the world after Nauru and Tuvalu. Compared to Paris, which sees the most tourists globally, Kiribati receives only 0.01% of that number. Although there aren't many tourists here, you won't feel lost when you arrive, as the locals are incredibly friendly and welcoming, especially the girls. The girls here have characteristic bronze or tanned skin, round or lightly chubby faces with gentle features. They have black hair, and it seems that everyone here has thick hair that they cherish, especially during festivals. They style their hair in unique ways with circles and decorate them with many frangipani flowers, the national flower of Kiribati, along with various shells. Women here typically wear skirts made from pandanus leaves. Additionally, locals often use burnt coconut husks for makeup. Not only do they have a unique lifestyle unlike any other in the world, but their views on love are also quite special. If you think that being a successful businessman, dressing well and flaunting wealth would make you attractive to all the girls, you might be mistaken. This is not the case for the girls in Kiribati. Indeed, when you come to Kiribati, whether you look tidy or worse, you will still be treated like a valued guest. The ideal partner for the local girls doesn't seem to require much money. About 80% of the girls on the island believe this to be true. Living on a remote island, having money isn't important to them. They have enough fish to eat and enough leaves to make clothes. Instead of needing wealthy men, they value those who can bring them happiness, no matter who they are. While in places like Korea or Botswana, where marrying a wife costs a fortune in cars, houses, diamonds, and gold, in Kiribati the only requirement is a large amount of fresh fish from the groom. In Kiribati you can find large fish being sold everywhere, making this requirement as easy as pie. In reality, women here seem not to find complete happiness and endure many hardships, especially when marrying wealthy men from other regions before marriage. While men here are allowed to love multiple girls, the girls are not allowed to love anyone, and must go through strict regulations to prove they have never loved or had feelings for anyone else. Indeed, the husband must be both their first and last love. In fact, they can even reject suitors who come to propose with fish. They can only refuse the suitor, not choose. When a woman wants to decline a marriage proposal, she will give the man a small fish instead of saying no. If in Samoa, neighboring islands where men pamper women and the girls there are considered treasures, the life of women in Kiribati seems to be the opposite. They have to wake up before sunrise to prepare for fishing, cook and clean the house for their husbands to go out to sea. Because the men often go fishing, women take on all responsibilities from building houses to caring for families, selling fish, or growing coconuts to generate income for the family. But it doesn't stop there. Over 70% of women here report that they are unhappy and suffer many sorrows from their partners. However, instead of ending their marriages in court like in some countries, they do not choose that path due to the belief that each woman here loves only one person and cannot change. Additionally, economic opportunities are very limited for them. This gap is largest in households with average incomes, with only 47% of women employed in the workforce, compared to 77% of men. Therefore, instead of seeking a wealthy man, they still need a faithful man who can bring them happiness. For them, foreign men represent a dream, with new cultures that pique their curiosity, leading to many conversations along the roads. What do you think about these girls? Would you want a loyal and hardworking wife like that? If so, come to Kiribati now and comment with the number 4, and we will share tips on how to win over these interesting girls. When you arrive, you can also participate in love markets in Kiribati, which take place on crowded beaches. Here you'll find many young girls and boys looking to meet the right partner. As we mentioned, the girls in Kiribati only love one person for life, so relationships here seem unofficial. On the picturesque beaches of Kiribati, groups of girls practice the traditional dance, bid. They dance barefoot on the sand, moving their hands and hips rhythmically to attract men or tourists visiting. If they notice someone, they will proactively give small gifts like garlands, woven baskets from palm leaves, or handmade crafts. Interestingly, the boys must respond by creating a gift in return. They can use seashells, braided ropes, or even sing a folk song to show their interest. If both sides agree, they will sneak away from the love market to have a private conversation, starting a sincere journey of getting to know each other. What do you think about participating in this love market to experience the culture and meet the girls here? If you want to join, comment with the number 9. If not, comment with the number 15. Thank you for your feedback. If you think the Gilbert Islands in the east and the Line Islands in the west are fascinating enough, wait until you hear about Kiribati Island, also known as Christmas Island, a truly unique gem in Kiribati. Just hearing the name sounds intriguing, right? Among its treasures are villages with names that might make you do a double take. Take London, for example. No, this isn't the bustling capital of England, which is a 30-hour flight away, but the largest village on Kiribati, a peaceful place along the island's coast. From this London, a 20-minute drive will take you to another quaint village called Poland. But the adventure doesn't stop there. From Poland, just 10 minutes away, you'll find yourself in Paris. This isn't the romantic city of light, but a picturesque village with its own charm and beauty, offering pristine landscapes and a glimpse into the peaceful life of the Line Islands. Yes, you can travel around Europe in just 30 minutes. But what's behind these interesting names? If you want to know the reason, comment with the number 10, and we will explain it in the comments. However, not only can you travel around Europe when you come here, but you can also experience much more. If you love nature and adventure, Kiribati is the dream destination waiting to be explored. Known as the largest breeding ground for seabirds in the Pacific, this island is a paradise for bird enthusiasts. Imagine standing among flocks of frigate birds, white terns, and albatrosses, their graceful wings gliding across the endless blue sky. Guided birdwatching tours offer unforgettable opportunities to capture rare moments with these beautiful creatures amidst the pristine nature of Kiribati. Additionally, since Kiribati is surrounded by the ocean, don't forget to try the local cuisine when you visit. Imagine savoring grilled fish marinated in coconut cream and lime, a staple dish of Kiribati cuisine, served with steamed bread or taro. Freshly caught tuna, snapper and grouper are often simply cooked to let their natural flavors shine, paired with sides like tea bun, a sweet bread made from coconut sap, or crispy fried sweet potatoes. For a truly local dish, try ikan mat, a raw fish salad made from diced fish, coconut cream, and a hint of citrus, or enjoy the smoky aroma of octopus cooked over an open flame, prepared in a way that has been passed down through generations. Next, the Phoenix Islands, located between the Line and Gilbert Islands, may also have some of the most beautiful beaches and underwater worlds in Kiribati. Spanning a marine area of 48,250 square kilometers, this is the largest natural heritage site ever recognized by UNESCO, and the only one in Kiribati. Pipa is home to over 800 species of marine life, including 200 types of coral, 500 species of fish, 18 species of marine mammals, and 88 species of seabirds, creating one of the most diverse ecosystems on the planet. Diving into its crystal-clear waters reveals a vibrant underwater world, clownfish darting among the coral reefs, sea turtles gliding gracefully, and reef sharks patrolling the ocean floor. In addition to its stunning biodiversity, the Phoenix Islands offer a range of exciting activities. Scuba diving and snorkeling are popular here, allowing visitors to explore vibrant coral reefs and swim with dolphins, manta rays, and schools of tropical fish. For a more relaxing adventure, kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding in the turquoise lagoons provide unforgettable views of the coral reefs below and seabirds above. But if you prefer a more laid-back paradise, simply relax on the pristine white sandy beaches. Imagine lying under the shade of palm trees with a gentle sea breeze blowing through your hair, surrounded by friendly locals, including Kiribati women with radiant smiles and warm hospitality. Kiribati is not only about nature or interesting friends. During festival seasons, you will see life on this remote island become more vibrant than you can imagine. On Independence Day, every corner of the island is filled with energy. Women in vibrant pandanus skirts, their hair adorned with frangipani flowers and fresh shells, perform traditional dances like tabino, a mesmerizing display of synchronized movements telling stories through graceful hand gestures. The men, equally lively, sing and drum on hollowed-out logs, creating a rhythm that resonates with the crowd. Tourists can join in by learning the basics of these dances or tasting local delicacies like fresh grilled fish and coconut snacks. The day ends with a spectacular canoe race, where locals compete in beautifully decorated canoes, inviting tourists to cheer them on or even try paddling themselves. The Tunga Cultural Festival is another must-see event, celebrating Kiribati's rich heritage. This festival is a blend of colors and sounds, with young women weaving intricate mats and garlands, a skill passed down through generations. Visitors are encouraged to participate in workshops, learning how to braid pandanus leaves or string necklaces from small shells. The evenings are magical, with bonfires lighting up the beach as locals share ancient stories through plays and songs, their voices blending with the sound of crashing waves. Festivals in Kiribati are often filled with vibrant cultural performances and warm community gatherings, providing a safe and welcoming environment for tourists. On islands like Tara, where many festivals take place, local authorities and community leaders work together to ensure security. Although Kiribati may not have the formalized security presence of larger tourist destinations, the tightly knit community culture plays a vital role in maintaining peace during events. When it comes to healthcare, Kiribati's system is modest but functional, especially in urban centers. Facilities like the Nawari General Hospital in South Tarawa offer basic medical services. However, healthcare on rural and remote islands is often limited to small clinics with fewer resources. For peace of mind, travelers are strongly encouraged to carry comprehensive travel insurance that includes emergency medical evacuation, as specialized treatment may require traveling to neighboring countries like Fiji or Australia. Finally, regarding the cost of living in Kiribati, its remote location in the Pacific offers a unique travel experience that is both appealing and affordable for many visitors. Accommodation in Kiribati ranges from budget hostels to simple lodges, primarily on islands like Tarawa and Kiribati. The cost of staying in a basic hostel can be around $30 to $50 per night, or about $150 to $500 per month. Luxury options are very rare, reflecting the relaxed and authentic nature of the destination. Keep in mind that accommodation options on more remote islands are more limited and often have fewer amenities, but they provide a more immersive experience of traditional Kiribati life. Food is relatively affordable, especially if you enjoy local dishes. Dining at a local eatery or purchasing fresh seafood at markets can cost around $5 to $10 for a meal featuring fresh fish, coconut-based dishes, and taro. Western-style meals at restaurants or cafes in South Tarawa can range from $15 to $25 per person, reflecting higher costs for imported ingredients. If you're on more remote islands, expect simpler meals often prepared by hosts, usually included in your accommodation costs. Transportation can be a bit of a challenge in Kiribati due to limited infrastructure. On larger islands like South Tarawa, shared minibuses, locally called buses, are the main form of public transport, costing about 50 cents to $1 per ride. Taxis are also available and relatively inexpensive, with most short rides costing between $2 to $5. If traveling between islands, flying is often the most practical option. Domestic flights operated by Air Kiribati can range from $50 to $150 one way, depending on the distance. Boats are cheaper but less reliable and slower, costing between $10 to $20 for shorter trips. As for activities, Kiribati offers many affordable or free experiences. Access to beaches, lagoons, and local villages is usually free, while guided tours or cultural experiences may range from $20 to $50. Scuba diving and sport fishing are popular activities in areas like Kiribati and can be more expensive, typically ranging from $150 to $300 per trip, depending on duration and necessary equipment. Daily expenses like bottled water, snacks, or local crafts are affordable. A bottle of water costs around $1.50 to $2, while souvenirs like woven mats or shell necklaces can range from $10 to $30, depending on their complexity and craftsmanship. Ultimately, if you plan to stay here, the total cost is about $450 to $1,000 for a month, or for a 7-day trip, it would be around $300 to $400. This is a very reasonable cost in comparison. The cost here is only about 20% of what it is in the US, where living expenses exceed $3,500 a month, or in Paris, where you might spend $450 for a day of tourism. Although costs are low and the location is remote, there are still not many tourists here, allowing it to remain pristine. So visit this country before it becomes famous or sinks into the ocean. With these costs, do you think Kiribati is a place you could travel to or settle down in? If so, comment with the number 1. If not, comment with the number 0. We will share with you how to live here for $400 a month or spend $200 on a 7-day trip without needing to save. Thank you for your feedback. In addition to the attractive costs, there are also incredibly appealing visa policies for tourists. If you're interested in this country, comment with the number 7, and we will share more in the comments. We have reached the end of the travel documentary about Kiribati. Thank you for following along to the end of this documentary. If you found today's film useful, please like and comment to let us know. Conversely, if there's anything you weren't satisfied with, please comment so we can improve. We look forward to seeing you on the next journey.